When an earthquake happens, stay put and wait until it's safe to move about. Be prepared with food and water for emergencies. Okay, if something comes up, I'll call you back. Thank you very much. Bob, do you have a minute? Sure. Would you come and help us stock some extra food and water for the office? Are we going to keep extra food at the office?
Yeah, we are. We need it in case of an emergency and we have to stay here overnight.
Really? Like, if there's a big earthquake, we have to stay at the office? Well, we might. After the Great East Japan earthquake on 2011, so many people couldn't get home. Most of the trains in Tokyo stopped running, and the streets were jammed. So an emergency ordinance promote preparation for stranded people became effective in April 2013. It says workers should stay in a safe place, like an office, for 3 days or so, after a major disaster occurs. Yeah, but doesn't everyone want to get home as soon as they can? I'd be worried about my family after a big earthquake.
Sure, Bob, but Tokyo's. If everyone tried to get home while the public transportation wasn't working, the street would be packed full of people, and emergency workers might not be able to get around to help everyone. And you know, something could happen to you on your way home, because there are fires and damage after an earthquake. It's a lot safer to stay where you are.
Well, I guess you're right.
Special actions for individuals. Do not force yourself to commute. Plan several different ways to contact your loved ones. Special actions for businesses. Advise employees not to go home immediately. Plan ways to contact employees. Special actions for schools or stations. At stations or facilities with many people, provide a guide and directions to the nearest shelter and preserve public safety. At universities or schools, provide safety for students or children and instruct them to stay in the facility or building.
Are the supplies for an emergency decided?
Not exactly, but some emergency stuff is recommended. First, we'll need lots of bottled water, and for food, it's better to have instant stuff, like instant rice, canned food, or anything we can eat easily.
Geez, do we really need all this? Well, we need 3 days worth of food for everyone, so we'd better have quite a lot ready. How much do we really need for 3 days?
Well, but there is a general standard to go by. Basically 3 liters of water per person per day, so someone needs 9 liters for all 3 days. And for food, we need 9 meals to cover one person for 3 days.
Well, I guess it's good to be prepared.
It's also important to check expiration dates.
That night! I'm exhausted.
Wow, I had no idea companies in Tokyo prepare food and water for disasters.
Yeah, I didn't know about it either.
But Papa, I'll miss you if you're gone for 3 days. I'd miss you too, honey. And how can we reach you to find out if you're alright?
I'd miss you both so much. But it's for the best. And don't worry, there's a couple ways we can stay in contact.
Safety confirmation methods. Emergency message service, including a disaster message board provided by mobile operators. SNS, social networking service such as Twitter and Facebook. Google Person Finder. Safety confirmation portal, JAMPI. We need to prepare for disaster too. Let's figure out how we'll get in touch with each other and where the emergency shelters are.
Yeah, that sounds good. Tomorrow, let's go to the store and get some supplies.
Yay, shopping!
The next day. Okay, that's food and water covered. I'm glad we're prepared.
We should keep them somewhere they'll be easy to get to them when we need them.
Papa? What's that?
Oh, that's Homecoming Support Station sign. It means people can use this store when they come home by foot after the confusion settles.
What's a homecoming support station?
Homecoming Support Station. Access to tap water. Available toilets. Maps and traffic information from radio and others. I've seen that sticker at convenience stores and restaurants, but I didn't realize what it meant.
I didn't know either until they told me at the office. There are also places for temporary accommodation too, like places for people to stay who can't get home.
Temporary accommodation. Shelters for stranded people, such as tourists, for about 3 days after the disaster happened. Public facilities such as the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building are designated for providing temporary accommodation. The Tokyo government asks private businesses for cooperation. Evacuation map. Providing information about homecoming support stations and temporary accommodations on the map.
People really try to be prepared for disasters in Japan. We should think about it too.
You're right, and it feels better knowing that we are a little more prepared.
I'm prepared too.
Are you prepared?